Okay, so we were on issue 169 of The Walking Dead, and it just dropped on 4th of July. I thought it would drop today or something. I knew it was going to drop this week because it's like been a, it's like, they usually do that on the first month of, like the first full week of each month. So, yeah, so here we are. So there's going to be spoilers in this review. So the link to the issue is in the description, so go on there and read it, check it out, and then hear what I have to say about it. So, yeah, so basically some things come in the light, and then there are some things that we've been wondering for many issues, like that all finally, we're all finally gonna get some answers to that, like how Maggie reacts to Negan being out of his cell and being a free man, and she confronts Rick about it, and Rick does not see himself any different than Negan, and yet, the burden of Gwen's death is still on his shoulders. So yeah, he can't just let Negan stay here. So he decided that that he's going to exile him from Alexandria, and so you can tell Maggie is not really fond of that idea of him being out of his cell, being just out there, like just doing, to be able to do whatever he wants outside of Alexandria, let alone being in Alexandria outside of his cell. You know what I mean? But and then also with Eugene talking on the radio with Stephanie, since the radio was discovered, and then that also is being brought to Rick's attention. So, even though Rick just lost Andrea, he's still trying to keep a level head and just get some things done that need to be done. And he confronts Eugene about it, and then I didn't think that he was gonna talk on the radio. I thought it was just gonna be left as that, but Rick and Stephanie have a conversation, and then they're talking about meeting up, and he's willing to take his chances and put his chips down and say, okay, we need all the help we can get. I mean, there's a risk involved, and he's talking about, he goes to Jesus and says, and asked him if he would go out and meet these people, and says no. Says maybe I'll talk to Aaron, and then he says no, Aaron's the reason why I'm saying no. And then he goes to Dwight, and then him and Dwight dish it out, and I get what Dwight is saying, where his whole point with how he let Negan take charge against the Saviors. And I get where Rick is coming from, because Rick has had enough. I mean, he just lost his wife, and he basically, and then Dwight has the balls and the nerve to say that his time, his time as being the leader is done. So, and maybe he should step in. And Rick does not take that lightly. I mean, he's just like, look, I've had enough of your shit. This conversation is done. I'm done. This is done. So Rick basically puts him in his place, and then Michonne volunteers to be the one to go meet these people. And Eugene, says, I gotta meet them because, Stephanie trusts me. And then, so, that happens. And then Carl decides that he's gonna leave. And then, before that, Carl shared a very emotional moment, moment with, he shared an emotional moment about Andrea, and, sorry, the girl's, name, just went over my head. I'm having a brain fart here, so excuse me. But anyway, he shares how he kept, about Billy and Ben, and how one of the kids killed one kid killed the other, and how they're having this huge debate how we're gonna handle this problem. And Andrea's like, how can why is killing that kid even a consideration? And so Carl takes it upon himself to go ahead and do that. So no adult would have to carry that burden on their shoulders. So he takes that on, and then he just lets that, and he just keeps that you know, he just keeps that burden away from any adult, you know, in the group. And so he kept that from Andrea for years and years, and then he finally tells her after Negan stepped in and they're having that problem with them, like with him. And then he just shares how she reacted to that, how she cried, and then she just basically says she loves him. And so yeah, I mean, it's a lot. I mean, like, it's just, we just, you know, Carl's heart is bleeding out, and just staying at Alexandria is just a painful reminder of how things were with, you know, with his dad and Andrea and together as a family. So he decides that he's gonna go over to the hilltop and help Maggie rebuild it. And so, I mean, Rick is a strong cookie. I mean, like, that he's strong enough to handle all of this, like, right after, you know, Andrea's death. And I think Andrea's words are sticking with him, though. And then, you know, like, and then Negan takes off too, and then Maggie wants Dante to keep a, you know, close eye on him. So I don't know what she's up to, but she may be getting Dante killed. And again, you know, Beta is still out there, so there's a chance that they may have to prepare for another fight with him, you know what I mean? So yeah, so a lot more happens in this issue than it did in the last one. Surprisingly, you know, Rick is taking, you know, is doing all these things, and he's handling all these situations. And I think if it wasn't for Andrea's words, he probably would be still not being able to, you know, take charge, you know what I mean? So I think he's honoring Andrea by just doing that, just being, continuing to be a leader to everybody. So yeah, this was a pretty awesome issue, and I'm looking forward to see what happens when they do meet Stephanie and her group. I don't know. They may be a new threat. I don't know what to think, you know, like, as far as that goes. But with that all being said, this gets 4 chair spins out of 5. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4 solid chair spins. I would do a more aggressive chair spins, but my dog is, like, right over here, so I don't want to bump into her while I'm doing that. But yeah, so let me know your thoughts on this issue. Do you think Stephanie can be trusted? Do you think do you think Dante's gonna get killed by Negan? I don't know. Share your thoughts in the comment section. And if you enjoyed my review on this, brain is tangled. If you enjoyed my review on this issue, make sure you thumb up the video and click subscribe if you're new to the channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, y'all.